Have you ever wondered what life was like during the darkest economic period in American history, the Great Depression? Let's take a step back to the 1920s, an era often remembered for its economic prosperity, the Roaring Twenties. It was a time of booming business, soaring stocks, and an overall sense of optimism. However, this period of economic growth was not destined to last. On October 29, 1929, a day now known as Black Tuesday, the stock market crashed. The optimism of the Roaring Twenties was replaced with a climate of fear and uncertainty, as millions of dollars were wiped off the stock market in a single day. This was not a simple market correction, but a catastrophic event that would mark the beginning of a decade-long economic downturn. The aftermath of Black Tuesday saw widespread panic, leading to bank runs as people rushed to withdraw their savings. This mass hysteria resulted in the closure of banks across the country, leaving many penniless. The crashing stock market and failing banks marked the beginning of the Great Depression, a time of great hardship for many Americans. As the Great Depression deepened, how did the American people cope with the hardships they faced? The Great Depression brought with it an era of unparalleled hardship. The nation was gripped by high unemployment rates that soared to around 25%. Millions of hardworking Americans found themselves jobless, their dreams shattered in the blink of an eye. Poverty was not a stranger to many households. Families were evicted from their homes, unable to meet their rent or mortgage payments. Many ended up in hastily built shanty towns, sarcastically dubbed Hoovervilles, a bitter tribute to the then President Herbert Hoover, whose policies were widely blamed for the economic downturn. These makeshift settlements became a symbol of the desperate times, a stark contrast to the prosperity that had defined the Roaring Twenties. The Dust Bowl added another layer of suffering. It ravaged the agricultural sector, turning once fertile lands into barren wastelands. Farmers, already struggling to make ends meet, found it near impossible to grow crops. This environmental disaster led to the largest migration in American history, as families packed up their lives in search of better opportunities. Yet amidst the despair, the resilience of the American people shone through. Women, the unsung heroes of the era, stepped forward. They stretched every dollar, making meals out of the bare minimum, mending worn-out clothes, and often taking on work themselves to help support their families. Community spirit flourished in the face of adversity. Neighbors shared what little they had, trading goods and services in a barter system. Music and entertainment provided a much-needed escape from the grim realities, while soup kitchens and bread lines, though a symbol of the tough times, also stood testament to the collective effort to ensure no one went hungry. Despite the hardships, the American spirit remained unbroken, with people finding ways to survive and maintain hope. This period of struggle did not break the American people. Instead, it proved the resilience and determination of a nation that refused to be defeated. It was a testament to the indomitable spirit of America, a spirit that would eventually see the nation rise from the ashes of the Great Depression to emerge stronger and more united. So, how did America eventually pull itself out of the Great Depression? Picture this. The year is 1933, and President Franklin D. Roosevelt steps into the White House. With a nation in despair, he introduces a series of programs, projects, and policies collectively known as the New Deal. This ambitious plan aimed at 3 R's: relief for the unemployed and poor, recovery of the economy, and reform of the financial system to prevent a repeat crisis. The New Deal stabilized the economy, and America began to see a glimmer of hope. But it was the advent of World War II that served as the final nail in the coffin for the Great Depression. With the war came the need for increased military spending. This surge in government expenditure boosted economic growth, effectively pulling America out of the decade-long depression. It was a combination of strong leadership, innovative policies, and a global conflict that finally brought an end to the Great Depression. The Great Depression was a time of hardship, but also a testament to the resilience of the American spirit. This period in our history, marked by economic decline and widespread unemployment, was triggered by a combination of factors. Stock market speculation, agricultural overproduction, and poor banking practices set the stage for this economic downturn. Throughout the Depression, Americans faced severe struggles. Jobs were scarce and many faced dire poverty. Yet it was during these trying times that we saw the strength and tenacity of the American people shine through. Communities came together, supporting each other in the face of adversity. The end of the Great Depression came about through a series of government interventions and ultimately the economic boost provided by World War II. These events marked a turning point, leading to economic recovery and growth. In the face of adversity, the American people showed their strength and determination, reminding us that even in the darkest times, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel.